Today on Business Success in Six with Stacie, I have Robbie Schmidt here from ProFlow Seamless Gutters in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Robbie, thanks for jumping on with me.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
It is my pleasure. I would love to talk about ProFlow Seamless Gutters, your experience in the industry, and really just educate people on why you are a superior choice. Is that okay if we talk about you?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, here we go. When people ask you what ProFlow Seamless Gutters does, how do you describe your business?
Well, we are one of the leading competitors in high quality seamless gutters in the Fox Cities area. We also offer roofing, soffit fascia. We don't get too much of that stuff, um, and stuff like that. So it's more so leading towards the gutters, downspouts, leak protection, because that's kind of what we're the experts in, and been doing it for about 10 and a half years now. So.
Awesome. Okay, and so you're in the Fox Valley area. How far are you willing to travel? You're going to Green Bay? Are you going down?
Usually we go about an hour radius all around.
Awesome.
But obviously there are slow times in the year. We'll extend that a little bit. Or for some of my really good clients and customers that feed me a lot of work. And just, if I care about them, and not so if I care about them, but more so like, if they're a good customer of mine, I'll kind of like push the limits for them a little bit, 2 hours. I've traveled, 2.5 for some of my customers and clients because I've done previous work for them and stuff like that. So just because they couldn't find nobody in their area that they trusted. So they just said, go do it, send me the bill after. We just want you to do it type of stuff. So
That's huge, especially when that word trust, right? Because when people are working on your home and like not all people they craft equally. They don't all do things in the same quality way.
exactly.
And that's what you are known for. So you said 10 and a half years in the industry. What were your plans when you started your business and how have they changed? Do you want to explain like your experience as well a little bit?
Well, I started obviously as a helper and an installer with one of my good buddies that I play a lot of pool with. He ended up having an opportunity for me to buy a gutter machine and stuff like that. Unfortunately, that avenue did not, succeed for me because that was, during the 2009-ish, area,
Um,
stuff like that. Everybody was kind of bouncing back from all that, the hard times. So they all had their gutter guys and stuff. So I shut it down, decided to go work for another company. Learned a lot more about gutters through them and more about the industry and stuff like that, and becoming a leadership role, stuff like that.
yeah.
And then unfortunately we parted ways. And then I decided to give it another go, just because I know a lot of people, so I'm pretty well known around the area, and stuff like that. So I just decided to give it another go, and it's just been awesome ever since. So we've had a lot of customers, and very thankful for everybody that's supported us along the way. So, but yeah, here I am. I've been on my own for about 3 years now.
And you said something that I think is really cool that you learned how to lead even more in that previous job. And I think that's so
Yep.
important as a business owner. There's so many different hats that we wear as business owners, and being a great leader is one of those. So I love
Yeah,
that.
it's probably one of the toughest jobs there is. I give credit to anybody that's been a leader out there and stuff like that. It's tough. You have your ups and downs, and you got to try to stay as positive as possible. And yeah,
Well, so you are well trusted. What is the biggest way that you impact the community?
the biggest thing with me is I try to get in with a lot of events, like around the community, local golf outings. We've been in a few parades. I sponsor some sports teams. I try to just do all the little stuff. I have a couple local race car drivers that I sponsor at Wisconsin International Raceway, and they promote me quite a bit. So I just try to do a bunch of little things around the community to show that I give back.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them owners that just keeps all the money in his pocket. So
Right, that is awesome. And I think that's cool because you're planting seeds all over, like small seeds grow into big
yep,
things too, and
brand
that's
awareness. So
yeah, absolutely. So my next question for you, Robbie, is what is one challenge that you have faced that other business owners could learn from?
well, it's been a crazy last couple of years. Obviously, the last couple of years have been employee situations amongst
Mm.
every business owner. Um, last year we had a crazy year on the Fox Cities with a couple of hailstorms, and it was crazy busy. Every company pretty much doubled to triple in size around here.
Wow.
And now this year it's a little slower, but obviously we learned to adjust, adapt, and stuff like that. But it's not really just being competitors. It's more so just teaming up with people, working together. At the end of the day, there's enough work for everybody. I could call 3 other local gutter companies and we could hang out. We sell each other material when we need it. Worst comes to worst, we give each other jobs once in a while when we need them. Or if we just get backed up, we help each other out, bail them out, stuff like that, working together rather than sitting there competing against each other. So most of
That
us will leave our customers alone. If we hear that one of us bid on another job and the other guy was there, we just say, hey, go with him. He's a great guy. Because the honesty is what's going to get you the furthest. Don't be greedy.
I love, love, love that you said that. And there really is enough work for everybody. And that's something our coaches talk about a lot. Like, don't focus on all the negative stuff or putting other
Yep.
people down. Like, show what you do really well
Yep.
and share that. And other people are going to see that, just like you said. Thank
Yep.
you.
At the end of the day, we're all human. We all make mistakes. There's no perfect company. Um, there's always little mistakes and hiccups along the way. So
Right. And nobody goes to a customer's house and says, I want to screw up your gutters today. Like
exactly. Yep. Yep.
nobody does that. And
I
if
think the
they
big
do,
I think the biggest thing when it comes down to with customers like that, it's overselling yourself. If they have a $300,000 house, by the time I'm done doing gutters and a roof or something, they're not going to have $1 million house. They're still going to have a $300,000 house, but they're just going to have upgrades to it. So it's not overselling yourself. It's just letting people know like who you are, what you do, and to kind of just keep them informed along the process. And obviously, the follow up inspections and stuff like that. But everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. So.
interesting. Do you find that a lot of your business is from homes that are being purchased or sold, or like tell me a little bit more about who you're
A lot of the work with gutters is, obviously we follow behind roofing companies quite a bit. So that's got a lot to do with it. A lot of gutter guys usually work for some roofing companies. Um, Usually we have, anywhere from 5 to 20 different roofing companies that we get work from. But um, my first year in business, it was more word of mouth, getting my own customers. But obviously, with the hailstorms last year, it was doing a lot. It kind of flip flopped. About 80% of my work last year was contractor work, and then 20% of my own because we had hundreds of thousands of homes last year that needed two roofs within a 6 month period, just back to back. It was crazy. Like we couldn't keep up. So
huge challenge, huge opportunity, but huge challenge, right? And have
yep.
you found like some of the roofing companies from other parts of the country, like storm chasers, have really come in at all? Or
Yeah, they have, but again, they're storm chasers. They've been here for a little while. At the end of the day, they're going to go find the next storm and disappear. Some might stick around, but that's all right. There's plenty of work for all of us. Like I said earlier, it's we could all work together, and the biggest thing is just the price gouging. As long as if they start lowering their prices, well then all of us guys that have been around here for a while, and every area is different. Certain areas have cheaper material. Like I know down south their material is a little cheaper. There's every state is different with material prices, so it's if they're used to them low prices, they come up here. They shall at least adjust our prices and stuff like that, just so it's that way we're not being so cutthroat against each other and competing.
sure,
So
absolutely. Well, and I think it's important for our viewers to know that you are local, that you are, or
yes,
you're not going away. You know
yep,
what you're doing. You offer quality work, and you're going to be there. So
yep.
that's definitely
I actually
reassuring.
show up. And the big
Yeah.
thing is I've lived in Kakona my whole life. So I grew
Wow.
up here, went to school here.
Oh my
Now
gosh.
I work here. So
That is so great. So great. That's why you're so well known as well,
yep,
right?
absolutely.
I love it. So next question is, what does the future look like to you? And do you have an exit plan?
Um, I don't really have an exit plan yet. I'm only 32 years old, so I'm pretty young yet. Eventually, I'd like to just kind of get to the point where the business runs itself eventually down the road. It's sustainable. I can pay my guys well enough to kind of run it for me and just, either make it somewhat employee owned type deal or just pay them all well enough to where it's, hey, just leave me alone, let me do my thing, and you guys do what you got to
Right?
do in the business. But my future, I mean, everybody asks me what my goals are. At the end of the day, I don't have goals because, like I was telling you earlier, last year I was running 3 crews, had 3 gutter trucks doing 10 gutter jobs a day. This year I'm down to 1 crew. It's a little slower. So I
Mhm.
mean, I planned to have all 3 trucks this year, but unfortunately it's a slower season. So therefore, my goals aren't obviously going to get hit. So it just kind of it's a little bit of a struggle, and it's just like I'll just take it day by day. But my ultimate goal is to be able to be one of the the biggest well-known gutter companies, but still be small. I don't want to be a corporate level. I want to be able to walk in, know every one of my employees, be able to build the relationships with them on a friendship level as well, stuff like that. So I don't want to be the big companies that where it's like, oh, who's the boss? Well, I don't know. It's, I have a foreman and a
Right.
leader, but they don't even know who their owner is, never met them, stuff like that. So
Yeah, how do we get this approved? We don't know who to go to. And you said
yeah,
two other things that were really cool too, is you talked about paying your employees well enough. And I think that's something that's a really positive mindset as a
yep,
business owner to say, yeah, I want my employees to succeed so they can provide for their
yep,
families. Some people are so focused on how low can I cut this, whereas you're like,
yep,
how much do I need so that they have the needs met as
yep,
well. And the other thing you said is you want to be able to let the business run itself. And that's something that's really, really important that we talk about as coaches is that if your business is so dependent on you and something happens where you need to step away, those businesses
exactly.
are the
Yes.
ones that fail. So it's really important to have that goal. It is not a selfish thing at all. It's the cornerstone of building healthy
Yep.
businesses.
And I'm actually pretty fortunate. I've had a couple recent employees in the last year here come on board,
Okay.
and obviously they're all important. But I've had a couple office staff that are very knowledgeable, and um, I would have no problem being able to take a week or two vacation already right now and not have to worry about it. So
That is
they
so
give me
cool.
pretty good. So
Congratulations on that, because a lot of
thank
people
you.
can say that. So
Yep.
my final question for you today, Robbie, is all subjects open. What inspires you most?
Just I think the biggest thing that inspires me the most is just treating people right, just watching their kind of process with this. Like if we from start to finish of one of our gutter jobs, with the homeowner just like being like, holy crap, like this is amazing. Like the reward that I get from the customer's satisfaction, is probably the biggest inspiration. Like it keeps me going. It's like, wow, like, knowing that I'm treating people right, that they're out there spreading the word. Um, I mean, most people in Kakana, they know me. So it's like when somebody's searching Kakana, one of them buy sell trade groups looking for gutters, I'm getting blasted probably 80% more than anybody else. So I mean, I'm usually nine out of 10 of them are tagging me. So it's cool seeing that stuff and just knowing that I'm doing the right thing. Obviously, if I wasn't, I wouldn't be getting referred and doing that type of stuff. So
Absolutely. That's got to feel really good. And it
yeah.
shows. So, Robbie, if someone wants to get in touch with you, learn more about your business, purchase your services, what is the best way for them to do so?
They can go right on the website, www.proflowgutters.org. Otherwise, I have a Facebook page that has all the information as well. Try to post daily or every other day. Sometimes life gets ahead of us a little bit.
Totally.
We slack on that posting, but our website's always there. My phone number, it's all over, 920-716-2751. Otherwise, yeah, I have a
Awesome. Thank
personal
you.
Facebook page as well. So I'm kind of all over. So it's ProFlow Seamless Gutters.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you for supporting your community, for your employees, and for doing this interview with us. Good luck.
No
Congratulations on
problem.
3 years in, and may you have many more.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you.